Creativity. It can be your friend, it can be your lover, and it can be your enemy. It is an addiction. We keep showing up. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes, so turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Being a daily writer can sometimes be very, very difficult in the way of how you express, what you release. What do you want to set out there? And really, is it safe to do such a thing? I love these opinion-driven writers that are given this opportunity to show off their skills as a writer, because it's going to affect the emotions of those that receive it. I love that because it's taking their gift and using it as a tool. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive, more times it's informative. It opens up your eyes, it opens up your heart. But there are times, even as a journal writer, a daily writer, that you've got to put something on a page, because if you don't, the future reader might look back saying, I was okay. They were fine. They were fine. But they don't know the deeper story, the deeper experience. And in the 28 years that I have been a daily writer, there are many places that really needed to be talked about. And up here, I look back and I go, thank God I had the courage to do it. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am that daily writer. And I do talk about things that probably other people would rather just shove to the side. But sometimes, and many times, I feel like this is what I'm called to do. To just bring up a thought. To create water cooler conversation. Maybe to get your thumbs to move on your texting device. Maybe for you just to sit in the car going, wow, I never even thought about that. This is The Daily Mess. I don't want to write about how Russian leader Vladimir Putin continues to bring up nuclear war. But I feel as that daily writer, it's got to be talked about. As Ukraine continues to make advances, the subject of such a war melts into the global headlines like gum on an extremely hot sidewalk. I mean, who's going to step on it? I don't want to create a moment of anxiety for anybody, but to not write the story before it happens. Yet I feel, as this daily writer that I am, it's always been my calling to be authentic within these pages. To whom am I doing this for, other than the self that might find his way back to this moment of release? So much history has been documented within the elements that make up the writing journey. So much of it creates a hidden fear of not wanting to go back to experience what the creative mind was attempting to put together. So much ink, so much paper, so many things to talk about. Yet I did. I'm not strange in this way of thinking, because every day Facebook puts up memories where you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the people that you met along the way. Just a reminder is what it is. Hey, look, you did experience this. Did you ghost that person? Are you still friends? What you doing? We find ourselves on TikTok and on Reels, watching things that took place, my God, 6 months, 5 years ago, and yet we're still entertained. We put ourselves in positions of choice where it's like we have the present right here in front of us, and the future is just beyond it. But we would rather find those reasons to escape. In a movie that I can't talk about, it's explained to those who are viewing the movie that the reason why people watch movies is so that they don't feel like they're alone. Is that how you feel when you step into a book, a brand new book from an author you've never read before? Is it how you feel when you jump into a brand new binge watch, a brand new movie inside a theater? And sadly, these theaters are going away. Is it because you don't want to feel alone? As this daily writer of 28 years, I openly admit, I think the reason why I show up every day before the sun rises is because I don't want to feel alone. As long as I'm writing, that creative self is present. I sit and listen to my birds sing early in the morning. I have doves. I also look out the writing window as the sun is rising. I overlook this forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. I think it's because I don't want to feel alone. What do you do at those moments? Do you turn on the radio? Do you sing with your favorite song? How many times can you hear that song before you finally say, I got to get a new memory? It's where we are. It's how we jump. It's how we fly. We don't want to be alone. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.